Hey guys, welcome back to another go, chasing some of these tailor. Today I'm going with the big rooster popper, one that probably should be throwing for GTs, but we're going to try it for a really big one today. Let's see how we go. I've said it before, pull your cast, check your drag. Probably only get one shot at the right big fish. I just want that drag so it's not too tight, not too loose. A little bit of reef out here. See how we go with this big popper. Good thing about a big lure is it casts good. Need a bit more distance than that, but might need to go to a bigger rod. We'll just loosen the line off the reel and see how we go with the next cast. Got an east wind to help. Very low tide today, so it might not be good fishing. It's the right time of day, we'll give it a go. Up with the wind. Let the wind carry it out. Not getting all the distance I want. One thing about this popper, it's going to get lots of attention out there with that splash. Oh yes, that was a boil, that was a fish. Thought it was a boil just before I got hit. Saw a big splash. Well, there you go. Big popper for tailor. Getting some good head shakes. He's in the suck back of the wash there. He's coming with this wave now. Oh, wave sucking back again. We're just holding there. There we go, that popper makes him look small. It's probably a 50 centimetre fish. Alright. Not bad, second cast, the big rooster popper gets the tailor. Just goes to show you, big lures. It's a good sized fish, just looks small because of the lure. Well, that's something I'll definitely try again. It's very low tide today, so it wasn't the best day to be doing this. One thing I discovered, Halco don't have very good paint jobs, just one session casting, one fish. Paint's been stripped off the lure, but definitely going to try that again. Might have to get myself a popping rod, but it's hard work. Might have to call this M2 again with the big popper. Going to try and give it another go, see if I can get a really big one on it. We got a terrible day today, we got a westerly wind, but it's not the greatest for throwing these light poppers, so I might have to switch a bit to the GT ice cream, and a little bit later we'll go around the corner, get a bit more wind behind us, which should help a lot, but we'll see how we go. So we've got a low tide, west wind, low swell. With the west wind, normally with the east wind I'll throw the lure high. Today I'm going to punch it out low. That wind just catches it, hardly get any distance at all. I'll have a few throws before I go to the GT ice cream, just in case there's a few in close. I'll just move a bit to the south to where I want to cast to. Use a bit of that southerly in the wind to get a bit more distance. A lot of loose line in the wind. I think I'm going to have to go to a heavier lure. So that popper was just woeful in this wind. Go to the GT ice cream so we can punch out a bit further. Even that's less than half the casting distance is what I was getting the other day with the east wind. So you've got to pick your days to do this type of fishing. Some people reckon you don't get tailor on an east wind, but if your lure's not getting into the zone, you're not getting them either. Chip run. What you don't want, throwing out the reef, is a tip run. How did I manage that? Last cast in this spot, this wind's pissing me off. So we come around the corner, get a bit of wind behind us. There's a bit of a stinky seaweed mess around here, but we'll have a bit of a go all the same. Terrible casting still. I'll have to move further to the north, see if I can get a bit of wind assistance to where I'm casting into this hole. I think I'm dreaming that I'm going to get a big tailor today. The conditions just aren't right. I made the effort to get here. I'll have a couple of casts. I'll see if I can salvage something out of the day before I head home and go into something a bit more traditional to catch a bit more normal sized tailor, and that's the Dr. Hook hardy heads. Punching the metal out, you get good distance into the wind even. How does that happen? Had to be a fish out here somewhere. Doesn't feel very big, but I'm only using a small lure now. Had to salvage something out of the day. He's rolling in that wave. Oh, and he jumps off right there. It's one of those days today. Oh, had another hit. Same spot. Back to the same spot. Terrible day. Oh, we're on again. See if I can actually get this one on the beach. At least I found where some fish are holding up now. Oh, we dropped him again. What am I doing here? Oh! Alright, make the hook stay in this time. This one's shaking his head a lot. I'll just walk up the beach a bit so I can drag him out the water. Feels like it might be a touch bigger even. They're not big fish, just what we call choppers. Switching to the smaller lure, get smaller fish, which I normally don't bother about, but today I'm desperate. We got one! Oh, we better run to get it. There we go, little chopper! I did it! Fly, be free! There we go, another little chopper. Only a 35 centimetre fish. Got my little mark on the sand there, or I shuffled my feet where I was hooking up on a few fish. Oh, then we hook up again. A little bit of reef out there, they're obviously just sitting in front of that. Effective type of fishing, this fishing, just casting lures. I mean, I like my bait fishing, but this is just what I really enjoy the most. All the fish and they're eating a piece of plastic or a piece of metal. Slightly bigger. Releasing these fish, but if they're deep hooked or they're bleeding or anything, I'll take one home for breakfast. But if they're going to release good, oh, we swam back in. Off you go. Zoom. Oh, coming with that wave now. It's right up there. It's not a baddie too. Similar to the last one. A little bit smaller. There we go. They're loving that Dr. Hook. Oh, he's up his feet. See how I keep the rod to the side, keep it low. You do that with tailor because they jump like this. You keep the rod high, you're more likely to pull the hooks on the fish while he dances on his tail. See, I've already lost a few today as they jump. Like that. There we go. Another nice one. Taking that treble in a bit. See how we go getting that out. I put owner trebles on my lures. Find they're really good treble. BKK are nice, but their points turn in a bit. I reckon the owner have a better hook up. I don't know how it does that. Somehow I keep getting tip wraps. Never work out how a tip wrap happens. Somebody can explain it to me. The only thing I can think is I'm pointing the rod at the lure as I cast. Try to get a bit more distance into this wind. Every now and again I'll just have a day where I get tip wraps. I've had about 3 or 4 today. Now the tip wrap. Why am I getting them? Please tell me. Well, my idea of getting a big greenback on the big popper today just didn't pay off. Just too much wind, I just couldn't get the casting distance. So the Dr. Hook hardy heads came to the rescue. Punched this metal lure out into the strong wind, managed half a dozen smaller fish, so made the day. I'll give you my Pete's tip for the day. A lot of people will hang their hooks up here on their runners with their lures. Like when you run a pretty light braid like this and owner hooks, they're like little knife blades on the barbs and on the points. You'll get damage on your line, and you'll lose your fish as soon as you hook up on a big one. So either hook it down here in the reel seat. That keeps it, get your bail over that side, keeps it well away from your line. With this spin tack rod, even better. It's got a little clip on the bottom, so you can just keep that lure away from your line. But yeah, keep your bail arm over that side so there's big distance. Save you losing that big fish one day. I'll be looking forward to your tips on the way I'm getting these tip wraps. I've got about half a dozen of them today. Some days, well most days, I won't get a single one, but today punching into this wind, don't know what was causing it, couldn't work out how to stop it, so maybe somebody can give me a tip.